Hi guys! In previous video, we learned how to use all four present tenses in sentences. In this video, we're going to learn how we can use four past tenses in our conversations, our writing, or whatever. So let's get started. The first is simple past tense. We use this to describe completed actions or events in the past. Actually, we have two kinds of past tense verbs, regular and irregular. Let's learn them in examples. The first example is I played football last night. To make a simple past tense here, we add ed to the verb. So we say I played. It's a kind of regular verb. For example, I watched TV. I studied hard. Okay? And to make irregular verbs, actually we can't make them. We just learn them and memorize them. For example, I spent my childhood in a village. It's a kind of irregular verb. The simple form of the verb is spend. And to make a simple past tense, we say spent. Another example for irregular verb is give turn into gave or take turn into took. For making questions in simple past tense, we say did you play football last night? So the auxiliary verb here is did. It doesn't matter the verb is regular or irregular. To make questions, we use did at the first. For making negative sentences, also we use did and we add not to did. For example, I did not play football last night. Or for example, I did not spend my childhood in a village. So the formula to make the negative sentences is did plus not and plus simple form of the verb. And to make simple past tense, the formula is subject plus past tense verb. Just this. The next one is past continuous or past progressive tense. Let's start with the example. He was playing football and in the middle of it, she called him. So the first action is interrupted by another action. So to conclude, when an action happened in the middle of another action, the first is past continuous. For example, she called when he was playing football. Or they saw me while I was talking. So when I was talking, they saw me. So the action of sawing is in the middle of talking. So because when I was talking first, it is the action that happened in the first, we use it in past continuous tense. For making questions in past continuous tense, we just change the place of was or were with the subject. And for example, was he playing football? Or was I talking while they saw me? And to make negative sentences in past continuous tense, we just add a not to the verb was or were. So for example, he was not playing football when she called. So to conclude, the formula to make past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus the ing form of the verb, which is called present participle. Then here we have the third tense, which is past perfect tense. It contains two actions which happened in the past, both happened in the past. But when an action finished, another action started. So we use the first action in past perfect tense. For example, I had done my project before my friend called. So It means that I did my project, for example, at 10 o'clock, and then my friend called me at 11. I have to mention something important here to find the differences between using before and after in past perfect tenses. It is not a big deal. You just have to focus on the meaning. For before, we use this formula, past perfect plus before plus simple past. And for after, the formula is simple past plus after and then past perfect. To make questions, we say, had you done your project before your friend called? And the short answer actually is no, I hadn't, or yes, I had. So for making questions, the formula is that we change the place of had with the subject, and the had comes first. Had you done your project? And to make negative sentences, we just add not to had. I hadn't done my project before my friend called. And to conclude, the formula to make past perfect tense is subject plus had plus past participle. And the last one here is past perfect continuous tense or past perfect progressive tense. For example, I was waiting for train for hours and then the train finally showed up. So to make sentence for this action, we should say I had been waiting for hours before the train finally arrived. So we use it to describe ongoing action that started in the past and continued up until another past action. And usually it is used to emphasize the continuous of an action. For example, she had been studying for hours, or they had been waiting before I arrived at the office. To make questions here, we just change the place of had and subject. Had she been studying? And to make negative sentences, we just add not to had. She hadn't been studying for hours. Thanks for watching. Bye.